So, as a middle aged man, I sit here night after night and I contemplate my entire existence, the reason for being, the purpose to my life, and the meaning behind it all. And I find the answers in a bottle of Chanel Cristalle. Ta-da! The meaning of life from Chanel. So I sat here gazing out the window, staring at the moon, when Coco Gabrielle appeared to me in an apparition. And she says, everybody's meaning is different. She shared the meaning of life with me. Everybody's purpose is different, with the common ground being universal consciousness and self-love. And it was through consciousness that she was able to appear, and I was able to observe her through me, because I am Coco Gabrielle Chanel and she is me. The same way, when you're conscious, you are I and I am you, and you're watching yourself right now, you're listening to yourself, you're hearing yourself speak, you're observing yourself through me. Coco says Cristalle is a reflection of her life. This was created after her. She talks about being a child and facing rejection, losing her mother at a young age. Father wasn't able to care for her and her sisters and left her at an orphanage where she chased validation the rest of her life. And in her iconic fragrance house, her brand, her iconic fashion brand, she was never able to find that validation. And through the number of lovers she had, they were never enough to fill her tank. She spoke about the lack of self-love. And you can see that in Cristalle. You can see it's a very sad perfume. It's a very emotional, lonely, aloof, quite cold, austere, dry. Right in the top notes tell you everything. So citrusy, fresh, cold, crisp, lemon, bergamot, yuzu. Sparkling aldehydes. You got that dry champagne-like fizz. There's a fruity melon in here. It feels like a bitter honeydew melon. Slightly sweet. Not ripe. I wouldn't bite into this melon. But I get a very monochromatic blue-gray tone to this. Sad, dreary, cold. Reminds me of a gray, chilly day. Very lonely and empty. And Coco goes on to explain that there's so much beauty that can be found in loneliness. And it's only through experiencing love and losing a love can you feel that emptiness. But she says it's a double-edged sword, because it's not true love, as true love is self-love. And when you have self-love, you're never truly alone, because you have yourself. She says self-love is never selfish. It's selfless and giving, but taking care of your own needs first. Self-love is watching the programming you allow into your head, watching the chaos, the drama, the gossip, the rumors, taking care of your mind, taking care of your body, watching what you allow in your body. By self-respecting yourself, you respect all others. And that's self-love. Filling your own needs first, not abandoning yourself to fill other voids. There's a nice floral accord in here. It's very fresh, spring, kind of a vegetal aquatic, green, jasmine, hyacinth, lilac. And it's not too much longer before they start to decay, these florals. I can sense indoles coming out. And Coco, she goes on to explain that's a representation of us through consciousness. We eventually decay and we're no longer here, but we remain spiritually connected. And it's with consciousness that these flowers are able to observe themselves through us. The flowers become us, we become the flowers. That way they can smell themselves and see themselves, and we all remain connected. The base notes, the dries down into a woodsy, mossy, tobacco, vetiver, slightly grassy, wet. Tobacco's kind of harsh and earthy. Green tobacco, freshly picked tobacco. It's not sweet cherry pipe tobacco. Until it eventually all fades away into consciousness. Now, in my discovery of Cristalle, I was able to come to the realization that it reminded me of something else, and it was that aldehydic melanochord, which brought up from Frederick Mull, Le Parfum de Therese, created by Edmund Rudnitska, who's no longer with us, unless it's through consciousness. We can feel him. But he created for his wife, the love of his life. That was in the 50s. And it was exclusively for her to wear. She wore it up until he passed away. And Frederick Mull published the perfume. So where's the connection? Edmund Rudnitska's Le Parfum de Therese and Chanel's Cristalle. Well, 10 years prior to this, there was an eau de toilette concentration created by Henri Robert and co-perfumer Edmund Rudnitska. Ta-da! The world goes round. The universe connects us all. Universal consciousness and self-love is the meaning to life. Who knew? Chanel had all the answers. Thank you so much, Coco. Thank you so much, Jacques Polge. Thank you so much, Edmund Rudnitska, Henri Robert. Thank you all for watching. Drop a comment down below. Always love hearing your comments. And we'll see you in the next video.